Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm DJ Unification, also known as Double Dragon 912, and today, yes, I am doing my top 10 favorite beat 'em up series of all time. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know there's a lot of beat 'em up series out there. Beat 'em up is in its prime, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loving this time and beat 'em ups. Shouts out to my beat 'em up fans out there. Stand up! We are very blessed right now to get so many awesome beat 'em ups. Make me hype! Anyways, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be the Dungeons and Dragons series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dungeons and Dragons, you had the Capcom version, of course. You had Tower of Doom and Shadows of Mysteria. Both are great games. Love them. Played them. Shout out to my homie Marv and my homie David. We all sat down and played on my PS3. You know, they remade it on, not remade, but they had a HD download that you could download it on PS3 and 360. That's the only other place I know you can get it besides Maine. I think it came out on Saturn, but you know, we ain't trying to play all that money. The retail market and retro market is out of control. But yeah, man, great game series. I enjoyed both of them, beat them, especially when you get friends to play with. I think this has either 3 or 4 player co-op on this mode, and you can play with the all type of characters. You got the knight, the elf, hot. Let's see who else. I think it's a magician, all type of characters that you can play with. And what was so tight about it had the beat 'em up aspect. And they had the different type of magic attacks you can get. I always used to play with the elf, and she had all type of magical attacks. Once you unlock them, you could do what she spread do this little ball to spread all across the screen, and then she can call down ice on you, call down fire on you, and all type of upgrades you can get. Shoot, this beat 'em up have some RPG elements, as they say. But man, if you have not played this, ladies and gentlemen, try to see if you can find it. I know it's expensive out there nowadays. You can. I think it's on Main. Main got it if you can find your main version. For shout out to my PC players out there. Or if you still got your PS3 or your 360, well, the 360 about to close. I think their store about to close in June or something like that. June or July. I can't remember the exact date. Download this game, ladies and gentlemen, while you still can. Try it out. I'm pretty sure that you will like it. My beat 'em up fans out there. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be the Dungeons and Dragons series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving this countdown along. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 has to be the Die Hard Arcade series. Wow! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I first played Die Hard Arcade in the arcade. This is pretty much a Sega's version of Die Hard. You know, y'all have seen the Die Hard movies. You know, shout out to Bruce Willis, made some of the best action-packed movies of all time. And this is based off that first film. You played with the male cop and the female cop, and y'all pretty much had to save the president's daughter, which is real tight. It's a great series, ladies and gentlemen. I love this Die Hard Arcade. I beat it a couple of times. I need to see if I can find it somewhere, but it's hard to find. It did come out on the Saturn, and I haven't tried to track down the Saturn version of this. And you know, they made a sequel to this called let me get it right, Dynamite Cop. Now, Dynamite Cop was good. That came out on the Dreamcast, exclusive to the Dreamcast, and I think it came out on arcade, but that was good. I love Dynamite Cop. I actually like Dynamite Cop more than I do Die Hard Arcade, because that's the one I played the most. Had it on Dreamcast. Me and my brothers, we used to play this one a lot. Poor baby. That was funny. And if you did not know, ladies and gentlemen, they made a third game. I can't remember what the name of the third game was, but it came out, and I think exclusively arcades in Japan, I think. I don't know if it came out over here, but it is the third series to the Die Hard arcade games. I did not know that, but you can watch gameplay of it on YouTube. If I can find the name of the game, I'll have it going across the title while I'm talking. But if I can't find it, y'all know I can't find it. But it's out there. I remember somebody talking about it. It was arcade only. They never did bring it to consoles. And it's supposed to be a pretty good game. This is pretty much a sequel to Dynamite Cop. But yeah, that's why it's one of my favorite series of all time. Just the countless and countless of hours I put into this series. And I love the beat 'em up aspect to it. And not only that, I like the quick time events. Y'all know quick time events was going crazy back then. Like on these games, if you don't, it'll say punch. Press the punch button, D, 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 D. If you don't press the punch button, you end up having to fight somebody. But if you do press the punch button at time and say successful, you can keep moving. It's pretty tight, man. It's very unique beat 'em up system. Man, if y'all can find these games, check them out, man. I know they're kind of old and they're kind of hard to find, but if you can find them, great series to have, ladies and gentlemen. So coming in at number 9 is the Die Hard Arcade series.
I don't care about the SWAT members. Where is the president's daughter? Find her and bring her to me.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 8 has to be the Sengoku series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Sengoku I first played, I think it was on either in the arcade or I downloaded the version of it on PS4 because they, Neo Geo making all these classics. I played Sengoku 1 off the chain. It's pretty much a beat 'em up / hack and slash. You play as a regular guy, and then you play with a guy with a cowboy hat, and they pretty much got to save the world because all kind of craziness going on. You go back and forth between time periods, and it's pretty tight, ladies and gentlemen. I like the Sengoku series. Neo Geo made this. This was one of Neo Geo's beat 'em ups. Then the second one they made was pretty much of the same, and they just added to it. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They added to it, which I like about Sengoku 2. I beat Sengoku 1, beat Sengoku 2, and Sengoku 3 was real good too. That was real good. That was the final game in the Sengoku series, but it was off the chain. They went out with a bang. You played with the ninja on there, the hot chick, hot girl, she was a ninja. All of them was ninja. About 3 or 4 different characters you can play. You fight zombies and all type of stuff you fight in the Sengoku series. Just your typical hack and slash beat 'em ups at its finest. I love the Sengoku series. You can pick these up. Sengoku 1, 2, and 3 are both available now I know they're on the PS4. You can download it digitally on the PS4, and you can pick them up on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch has it too. Download it digitally. Now, I don't know where you can get a physical copy for this from. I think you can get physical copies on your Neo Geo, but they probably cost you an arm and leg. Neo Geo collecting is expensive. God, Neo Geo collecting will break your wallet. Oh, you got to be balling to do Neo Geo collection. But yeah, that's the only way you can get a physical copy. That's only what I know. There may be some more physical copies out there on different systems. But I know you can right now go to the PlayStation Network or the Nintendo eShop, whatever they call it, and download all the Sengokus because they're great games. You're a beat 'em up fan like me, this is a must-have. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number, is it 8? Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm losing my place in line. Yeah, coming in at number 8 has to be the Sengoku series. Moving right along. Moving right along. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 7, another arcade classic. It's the Golden Axe series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Golden Axe I first played on the Sega Genesis. Never could beat it on the Sega Genesis. But I did get a chance to play it in the arcade. And I beat it in the arcade mode. I had help, of course, but I did beat it with help on the arcade mode. The arcade mode, for some reason, seemed like it was easier than the Sega Genesis version. Sega Genesis version, that was kind of hard. Sometimes you have that, where the arcade game be easier than the Sega Genesis game, or the console version. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, played Golden Axe 1, I have beat that. Played Golden Axe 2, love it. Never did beat that one. But I played Golden Axe 3. I think I played Golden Axe 3 before a lot of people over here have played it, because Golden Axe 3, for the longest, did not come to America. It was exclusively on Sega Channel, and I had Sega Channel back in the day. Me and my brother used to play that a lot. Love some Golden Axe 3. I got close to beating that, but never did beat that. That's a tough game on Sega. But man, if you have not played these Golden Axe series, pick them up, ladies and gentlemen. It is an awesome beat 'em up series. We ain't gonna talk about that one they made where they went away from beat 'em ups and had the chick on there. That's trash. Don't even talk about that. I'm talking about the original 3. And I did get a chance to see, but I haven't played it, the fighting game they made. They made a Golden Axe fighting game too. But we talking about beat 'em ups here. I just want to let y'all know, educate y'all. I try to educate y'all like I try to educate myself. We all need some education. Let me stop being silly. Anyways, Golden Axe 1, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3, great series to have. Hack and slash at its finest. What was so tight about the Golden Axe series, you can use magic on there. And when you get your magic points up, enough magic points, you can get your power. Magic got more powerful, Start out, you got your fire magic. I mean, one of the fire magic things, when you get it full power, the dragon come on screen to burn everything up. Then you had the smoke, the electricity. Everybody can do magic on there. That was so tight. You had your regular dude, like a barbarian dude. You had the hot chick. Then you had the dwarf. Everybody like to play with him. A lot of people like to play with all of them on there. The new Golden Axe they got going on Sega, they done made her with this woke, this woke outfit. Anyway, they ain't finna talk about that. Y'all know how they do. They tough stuff up. I ain't finna talk about it though. This happy top 10. I don't went off enough. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7 has to be the Golden Axe series. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 6, kind of a modern beat 'em up. Shouts out the way forward is River City Girls. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I first played River City Girls on, heard it was coming out. I can't play it on PS4. I downloaded it digitally. But I did not know this, that they called it River City Girls Zero, which only came out in Japan at the time. It was called Sin something such. The boyfriend's in it, but they calling that River City Girls Zero. They remastered it and brought it back out. I played that too, beat that too. Y'all want to see me play through that one? I have an iCard going across there. But River City Girls Zeros was awesome. I enjoyed it. Kind of hard now. This beat 'em up will not hold your hand. River City Girls Zero will not hold your hand. I don't know what the Japanese version they could call Sin something, but it was, for the longest, it was exclusive to Japanese Famicom, but they did bring it back out over here. I'm happy that they did that. Appreciate your wait for it. Our system work. Appreciate y'all. Loved it. I bought it twice. I bought the digital version and I bought the physical version because I got the collection over there. Yeah, loved it. Beat River City Girls Zero. Have not beat River City Girls yet. Working on that as we speak. And then I'm going to play River City Girls 2 after I finish that. But So far, awesome game. Love the story, the storyline premise, how the girls have to go rescue their boyfriends. You don't see that too much. Most time, in beat 'em up, typical beat 'em up, the guys got to rescue the girls. But this time, the girls got to rescue the guys. I like that. That's a good take on that. I like that way for it. But enjoy the combat system. Them girls can fight. They will beat your A. And then, like I said, you play River City Girls 0. You play with the boyfriends. They get to fight on there. I heard on River City Girls 2, you get to play with the boyfriends on there too. But I only played it with them on 0. And I love it, man. I love the whole premise. Sometimes, like I said, River City Girl, before, I'm going to warn you. Warning. Before you play River City Girls 0, just say it's not going to hold your hand. It's old school beat 'em ups. It's not going to hold your hand. Be prepared to start over some. I'll just say, this ain't spoiling nothing. There's a next to the last boss on there. Be prepared. He will kick your tail if you don't do it right. Y'all want to see how to do it? Like I said, watch my playthrough of it. I did a whole playthrough of it. I enjoyed it. This was the Super Nintendo version, translated, of course. But man, if you can, pick these games up, ladies and gentlemen. They are available for all modern consoles. PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch. I think it's on Xbox and it's on PC. Great system. Not just I'm tripping. Great series to have. Love the River City Girls series. Can't stop talking about it enough. I got to finish River City Girls 1 and I'm finished River City Girls 2. Them girls, they do their thing. I would try to be their friends. Them girls will kick your tail because they can fight. I like the other girl. I don't like Masako. Masako, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get into that later. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 6 has to be River City Girls.
And Kunio, they've been kidnapped. Oh, Ricky, I'll save you. Coming, Kunio.
Girls, please take your seats.
No, you take them. You can't silence love, Mr. Rudis. We'll find whoever took our boyfriends and beat them into the street. Also, your lessons are boring. Yeah, what she said. What's going on?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5 has to be y'all, we don't know, we call it something else over here, but it's called in Japan Russian Beat series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what the Japan, like I was saying, Japan called these soul series with Russian Beat. Now, we called it Rival Turf. Y'all know, came out on Super Nintendo. Brawl Brothers, that came out on Super Nintendo. And then the Peacekeepers came out on Super Nintendo. Now, they called this whole series the Russian Beat series. Russian Beat 1, then they call Peacekeepers Russian Beat something. Then all of us Russian Beat overseas. But they just changed the name for us in America. But this is an awesome series to have. I first played Rival School. I keep saying Rival School. Rival Turf with that crazy box art that don't make no sense. But it's 90s. That's how they did it in the 90s. Tough game. I still haven't beat Rival Turf. Got toward the end, but haven't beat Rival Turf. Rival Turf kind of tough. Rival Turf ain't gonna hold your hand. Now, Brawl Brothers is pretty tight because this is one I beat numerous of times. Love Brawl Brothers. The whole premise of Brawl Brothers is / Russian Beat. Actually, if you didn't know, you put in a code, you can play the Japanese version on the Super Nintendo version, which is tight. But anyway, let me get to the story. Russian Beat / Brawl Brothers is you play with 5 different characters, and you play, you do two player, or even you do 1 player. What happens is the people that you fight are kidnap your comrades, and you got to go fight the clone version of your comrades just to get them back. And once you fight them and get them back, next thing you know, you can play with them. It's pretty tight, man. They have 5 stages, not too long. They don't overstay as welcome. Great game. I love the Brawl Brothers series. I don't beat that numerous of times. Be by myself and with my brothers. And the third one is called the Peacekeepers. Now, the Peacekeepers is so tight. This one has multiple endings. Depends on who you beat it with, it gives you multiple endings. You got Flynn on there, Echo, Poor Cop, I probably said his name wrong, and Al. That's what they call them in America. I don't know what their names in Japan, in Japanese. But man, there's a secret characters you can unlock on there. You can unlock Orbach, you can unlock Norton. And what made this series so tight, ladies and gentlemen, was the anger mode. This was the first game I ever seen where you have anger mode. Pretty much when you take so many hits, your character will get angry. A red light or a white light will flash across the screen, and then next thing you know, when they're angry, you can do like Super Saiyan moves. You can throw a man, jump up and down, throw him real quick across the screen, suplexing real hard, all type of moves you can do when you get angry on the Peacekeepers. And they had a little special P-bar, and man, I didn't realize you could get multiple endings on this game. First beat 'em up I ever seen that where they had multiple endings. They probably had some before this. That's the first one I ever played. And I love the Rush and Beat series, ladies and gentlemen. I wish they would do a complete remaster of these and bring them back out on modern day consoles. Because if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, we having a new one that's coming out called Rush and Beat X. That was announced at Tokyo Game Show last year. I haven't heard much about it this year. Hoping they're bringing that out. I'm getting that day one. I love the Rush and Beat series, ladies and gentlemen. It's an awesome series to have. If you can, ladies and gentlemen, try to see if you can pick this stuff up. What's the name? You still got Super Nintendo laying around. What's the name of them? Who are that? Retrobit. Shout out to them. I like a lot of their products. They did a beat 'em up series where they got all three of those games I just named to you, and Tough Enough on there too. 4 games on one cartridge. I got that little cartridge that you can put in there. It's all the chain, ladies and gentlemen. I love the Rush and Beat series. It almost got up higher on my top 10 list because that's how much I love the Rush and Beat series. Oh man, if y'all can, man, like I said, pick these games up, and I hope they will bring a remaster of it. Jaico, that's the name of the company that at least published it. I can't say if they made it. Great beat 'em up series to have. You know, they keep it simple, get to the point. Love this beat 'em up series. But yeah, I don't talk too much about this, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 5 has to be the Rush and Beat series. Man, this deserves to be in the top 4. This series could have been number 1 easily, but you know, there's a few more than this series I like. But coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on Nintendo that I played, you know, it was hard, kind of dropped the ball with it, but it's still a good game. But you know, you just gotta take it as it is. Don't get fooled, because you'll think it's just like the arcade, but it ain't. The original TMNT arcade game, you know, we can play that now on the Cowabunga collection. Before that, we could only play it through MAME. But I'm so glad that Konami brought that back out. Awesome game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, off the chain. Like I said, the first Teenage Mutant Turtle Nintendo, and then Nintendo made a second one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the arcade game, which was pretty much their version of the arcade game. One is big, you know, Nintendo couldn't do all them sprites like that, but you play 2-player co-op, and they added more maps to it. They had the snow stage, which was hard, and they added an extra stage that wasn't in the arcade game, and whole nother story, not really a whole nother storyline. They kept to the stuck with the system and just added more to it. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. Nintendo just added to it, which I love about that game. Still haven't beat that game. I always get to the snow stage and kind of die, but I still haven't beat that game. I need to go through it one day and beat it, but I still love it. Then you had the less talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 3, the Manhattan Project. Oh man, that was off the chain. Oh man, that game was so awesome. Great tunes. This game came out right before the other game that came out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, which is an awesome game within itself. But this one gets overlooked because it came out right before the Super Nintendo. A lot of people didn't play it. I played it. I got a physical copy of this one. Played it, beat it, had help though. Loved this game. Great game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 3, one of the greatest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all want to see my top 10 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games? Check it out. And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. The new one they made, Shredder's Revenge, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. That's off the chain. Love that game. Man, I bought 2 physical copies of that before. I traded one in, but I had to. I shouldn't have did it. But anyways, I got me another copy, which is type the chain. This game off the chain. If you a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you want new age beat 'em ups, there you have it, folks. Don't get me wrong. Great game to have. I almost forgot. I'm tripping. Shouts out to Sega fans out there. That was good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the Hyper Strong Heist. One as good as Turtles in Time, but it was a great game too. And then I could keep going, ladies and gentlemen. All the ones that came out on PS2 and Xbox, OG Xbox and Nintendo GameCube, those were good. Those were good. They weren't as good as the ones I just named you, but those were good. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series is off the chain. Now listen to me, Konami, or whoever owns the rights to Teenage Mutant. I think it's Nickelodeon. If you make a Turtles game, it screams co-op. There's 4 of them, not one of them. Always keep it co-op. Do you hear me? When you don't keep it co-op, you tear stuff up. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. 4 turtles equals co-op. Keep co-op in Turtles if you're going to make one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a beat 'em up fan like me, I know y'all know about the Turtle series. I don't say too much about it already. I've been talking too much about it. But that's going to be it for this number. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the series. Everybody. Mike. Come on. All me. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we down to the last 3. Thank you once again for sticking with me for this long. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be the Final Fight series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this one right here could have been below Turtles, but I don't know what it is. This was hard. This top 10 was hard to make, ladies and gentlemen. You can put them and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle as a tie, but Final Fight, ladies and gentlemen, I remember first playing in the arcade, and don't get me started with that garbage Super Nintendo port. Final Fight 1 was great. Final Fight 2 was great. Super Nintendo made up for it. It was 2-player co-op. Final Fight 3 was even better. That was a great game to have. And we ain't finna talk about Streetwise. That Final Fight that was just a bad memory. Actually, that was a nightmare. We ain't finna talk about that game. But the first 3 Final Fights are off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. Cody, Guy, Mike Hagar, and then Carlos and Mika. Hot. Final Fight 2 and Lucia. I think that was in Final Fight 3. Hot. Dean, Guy, Mike Hagar. He on all 3 of them. Mike Hagar, he the mayor. You don't mess with the mayor. That's the mayor of Metro City. He will hurt you. He said, all right, I ain't got to use gun. I'm going to go out here and beat these pumps up and do spinning power drivers and everything. Whoa! Mike Hagar is the man. I wouldn't mess with him. I'd be that man's friend. Don't get me wrong, Mike Hagar was also on Saturday Night Slam Master. If y'all didn't know, he was on that game too. Both of them. Yeah, man. Final Fight is, if you think beat 'em ups in your mind, Final Fight is one of the series that first come to mind. It just plain old beat 'em up fun, ladies and gentlemen. Great games. It deserves to be on this list. Like I said, it could tie with Turtles easily. It just, I had to make a numbering system. Try to put them in the order of the way I remember and which one I like better. Turtles and Final Fight could easily, flip-flop with one another. But today, it's going to be number 3. You never know what it'll be tomorrow. Anyways, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 has to be the Final Fight series. and gentlemen, coming in at number 2. Y'all know I couldn't leave this out. What's my name? Double Dragon 912. Name of number 2 has to be the Double Dragon series. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been following this series since I was a little boy. I remember first playing the arcade. Double Dragon 1 in the arcade was great. Then I remember playing again on Sega Genesis. Then I played Double Dragon at the house. That game, Nintendo version, that junk is hard. You beat that game. If you beat Double Dragon Nintendo version, yes, you get claps for that. You get big props for that game. Beating that. That's a hard one. Double Dragon 2. One of my favorite Double Dragons of all time. I beat that game. Had to cheat to beat it, but I beat it. I'm going to see if I can one day go through it legitimately and try to beat it. Double Dragon 3. The better version of Double Dragon 3 was the Nintendo version. I played the arcade version. Trash. I hate to say it, y'all. I'm a Double Dragon fan, but the arcade version of Double Dragon 3, kind of trash. Ain't no kind of, it is trash. I ain't going to bite my tongue on it. I'm a Double Dragon fan, so I can tell you when something trash. But Double Dragon 3 on the NES, hard game. Great game to have. You can get that. Y'all can get all these Double Dragon games I'm talking. They're on collections. Now, shout out to Arc System Works for bringing this out. Double Dragon 4, PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Great game to have. Call a lot of flack. I don't know why everybody don't hate on Double Dragon. It looks like Double Dragon 2. It don't look good. Shut up! Shut up. Gameplay over graphics. That game was hard back in the day, but see, they done passed it now where you can just go through each level. You know, they got a level select mode on there. But man, I remember first playing that game. That game was hard. God, these Double Dragon 4 were hard, like it's supposed to be. Ooh, that platforming part of it. Ooh, you throw out some health. Pull some teeth. Yeah, Double Dragon 4, Super Double Dragon, awesome game. Then, you know, the Japanese version, Return of Double Dragon, and Double Dragon Advance. You know, that's on that collection. I'm definitely going to play that eventually. Double Dragon 5, trash. Fighting game that they tried to make, kind of trash. Double Dragon Neon, off the chain. Couldn't be any clearer. Upon my magic mirror, I can see your true nature, follow me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm destroying it though. DJ, man, I can't help but sing sometimes. What else we got? Double Dragon, the new one is Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons. I could keep going. There's so many Double Dragon games out there, man. They still making them. I'm so happy. They still making them right. I give them that. They still are making these Double Dragon games right. I can't wait to see what they do next with Double Dragon. Great series to have. That's why it makes number 2 on my list. Y'all probably like, Double Dragon 912. Why does it don't make number 1? I'm sorry. There's one more series coming up that I like better than Double Dragon. I know it's crazy, right? My name Double Dragon 912. I can't help it. It's still one of my favorite series of all time. That's why it gets number 2. It's number 2 on the list because, you know, Double Dragon is Double Dragon. A lot of folks don't know this, but if you don't, maybe not a lot of folks, but I'm going to educate you today. If it wasn't for Double Dragon, we wouldn't have Final Fight, wouldn't have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game, we wouldn't have some other beat 'em ups that's out there that y'all love. Double Dragon set the mold for when it came to Double Dragon games. If y'all want to see my top 10 favorite Double Dragon games of all time, I have an iCard going across there right now. I'm going to try to put it on up there when I upload this video. But ladies and gentlemen, Double Dragon, I don't spoke too much on it. What more that can be said? It's just an awesome series. Like I said, Double Dragon set the mold. Thanks to Double Dragon, we have all these awesome beat 'em ups. They did it right. Shout out to them. And shout out to the creator of Double Dragon. He's an awesome dude. I ain't met him, but appreciate you for creating one of the best series of all time. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me shut up. Coming in at number 2 has to be the Double Dragon series. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to my number 1. And without further ado, my number 1 favorite beat 'em up series of all time is Streets of Rage. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know, y'all been following me on my channel. Shout out to everybody that been following me. I love some Streets of Rage, ladies and gentlemen. like I was telling y'all about the Final Fight series. It wasn't for Final Fight slipping up like they did with the Final Fight series, the first one that came out on Super Nintendo that was trash. They didn't have online, not online, I'm tripping. 2-player co-op. Sega like, all right, they made that. We got to do something to compete against them. And because of that, we got competition. Sega made the awesome series called Streets of Rage. Wow. What more can be said about Streets of Rage that has not already been said? I'm going to try to add on to some of what's already been said. The first Streets of Rage, Off the Chain, Axel, Blaze, and Axel, Blaze, and Adam decided 2-3 detectives decided to put in their badge and go on the street, beat up these punks, and take their city back from Mr. X. Then part 2, y'all know Mr. X is still alive some type of way, and you play with Axel. Blaze, they come back with her fine self. Max, he will break your back. And my boy Skate, my favorite Streets of Rage character. Then you got Streets of Rage 3, where some type of robots going on, where the Japanese version pretty much is totally different from the American version because it's a whole different storyline, but still, love me Streets of Rage 3. And for the longest, I thought my Streets of Rage 4 was going to be Streets of Rage Remake. Off the Chain. If you haven't played Streets of Rage Remake, it's free to download. See if you can find it. I know Sega made them take it down, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it out there, you can find it somewhere. Play that game. Streets of Rage Remake is a bunch of fans, Bomber Games, shouts out to them, fans that got together and made an awesome remake. Remake is Off the Chain. It's one of my favorite Streets of Rage games of all time. Love me some Streets of Rage Remake. I play it from time to time, ladies. I don't beat that a whole bunch of times. All the different characters and all different moves. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. And it's just a fan-made, awesome game. Streets of Rage Remake is Off the Chain. God. And then, you know, we had, took a while to get here, but we had finally an official Streets of Rage 4. Wow, ladies. Streets of Rage 4 Off the Chain. I paid that day one. I even got a physical copy off of Limited Run Games, even though I don't like the food with them because they don't do PayPal. But I'm reconsidering my thoughts on them. But I got Streets of Rage 4. It took years and years to get to me. Got me a physical copy of it, and I bought the digital version. I double dipped on this one. And I bought the DLC, Mr. X Nightmare, and all that, where you can get Shiva, all the different Max, and then the old girl, the police girl that you can get on there. And the Kangaroo, you can unlock him on there, man. Streets of Rage 4 was tight. They brought back Yuzo Koshiro to do some of the music. Should have made him to let him do all the music, but the intro music, woo, man, that move was rocking. Ah, God, that move was rocking. Love that song. Awesome series, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not played Streets of Rage, pick it up, ladies and gentlemen. Streets of Rage is everywhere. On the Nintendo Switch, it's on the PC, it's on PS4, PS5, Xbox. All the modern day consoles out there, you can pick it up. All you gotta do is buy the Sega Genesis collection that came out on PS4. I think it came out on Xbox also. It's got all of them on there, ladies and gentlemen. And it got a Japanese version you can play on there. Awesome series to have. If you are a beat 'em up fan, you can't call yourself a beat 'em up fan if you don't have some type form of Streets of Rage in your collection. I got all 3 of the games that came out on Sega Genesis. I got the cartridges for them, and I rebought. Every time they make a Sega Genesis collection that got Streets of Rage on there, 9 times out of 10, I buy it. I bought the one on PS2, bought the one on PS3, and now I bought the one on PS4. They ain't made a new one since then. I hope they do. Make a Streets of Rage collection. And Sega up there doing some craziness with the Streets of Rage character now. I don't know. Cross their fingers with Sega, boy. They do everything right, but then they go get crazy and try to do something else. I don't know. We'll see what they do with Streets of Rage. Oh, Sega, don't you tear up my series. Don't you tear it up with that mess you got coming out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. I'll hold off my criticism until then because I don't say it enough as it is. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for this rendition of my top 10 favorite beat 'em up series of all time. What did I miss? What are y'all favorite beat 'em up series of all time? Leave your top 10 down there below. I would love to read your comments. I like to read comments. I like to converse back and forth with you guys, girls. Appreciate y'all, my subscribers. People that stick with me for this long. I appreciate you. But yeah, like I said, I'm repeating myself. That about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for this rendition of my top 10 favorite beat 'em up series of all time. Leave comments below. Thank you guys, girls, so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.